Today, customers come down in a Seat Leon Cupra 2007. From stock, these come in at about 236 brake horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque. It's been previously tuned by another tuner. The customer's just bought the car, so he's brought it down to see if it's actually making what the guy says it's making. And we may also put one of our remaps on it as well. So stay tuned. So what is it you're fitting here?
High pressure fuel pump. We've just upgraded the internals in it.
He's lying. You have flux capacitor going inside.
So basically we've done a dyno run and...
Dyno. And a Dyno.
hit about what, 300 brake was it?
Yeah.
And then we realised we needed to change the...
It already had an upgraded lower fuel pump on there, but it's done a few miles and it's dropping off fuel pressure.
Around, what was it now? Around about 3,500 RPM. It's dropping off and coming back in around 48.
Yeah.
So, because of that, change the internals on the fuel pump. They're known for it, so let's hope we can rectify it now.
And you're doing the diverter valve at the same time, so...
Yeah.
That's also dropping.
Sweet. And we'll
See, the boost
put it
can
back
be
on the
issue.
dyno.
The boost also can be an issue because of the diverter valve. It could also be. This is definitely faulty, but just for the sake of it, there's an upgraded part number for this, which is a G series.
G revision, yeah.
Yeah, G revision. So we're gonna basically put that on there now.
Cool. Stay tuned. Okay, so since we made the changes to the high pressure fuel pump and we've changed the DV valve as well, we've now made 315 brake, so definitely a big increase. We're still seeing a little dip here, as you can see, so we're just going to get the live data out and see what that is, but the top end, as you can see, is a big increase.
So let me just show you how much of a difference a diverter valve can make, right? So the boost initially on the 5th gear pull, you can see from 1600 RPM all the way to, like, say 2600 RPM, it was a few hundred millibars off. So if you're just looking at these numbers here, right? Now, if we go to the log that we just done now, from 1700 RPM, well, let's just say 1600 RPM just there, we're only 100 millibar off. So yeah, technically we've rectified the boost issue and we've actually got more boost coming in around 2600 RPM now. Let's go. Don't show this online or I'll kill you. I am Ahmed. No full codes, that's good. So just making sure after that first run we're done, there's no full codes in the car. Now I've logged obviously the boost, cams, intake, lambda, all that's done, and now it's time to log the actual low pressure and high pressure fuel pump. So engine RPM. Naughty naughty Hashim, naughty naughty, you switched the cord off, don't ya?
I'll switch it back on. Come on, Hash.
You're wasting my time, mate. There we go, so back in there.
what is it you're doing here?
What we're doing now is we're logging the low pressure fuel pump and the high pressure fuel pump. So initially we found the actual fault in the high pressure fuel side, right? So by running this now, we're going to see whether what we've done is rectified the problem or not. Get the revs matching up on there. Ready? This needs to be modified, so whatever map's on there at the moment needs to be adjusted, because it's what it's where it wants to be, but it's not there in terms of mapping itself. Right, so obviously we can now rectify that in the map and then see how it goes on the next one. And then what we'll see is, if when we're requesting, for example, now you can see naturally once it hit 126, 134, we're going to now request a certain amount of fuel and taper it off slowly, because at the moment you can see there's a bit of a deviation even in the actual requested fueling. So now when we map it, we want to smoothen it out a little bit, and that should help obviously bring it in and taper it back off nice and easy.
So realistically, I'm hoping we can get that free. So you say it's giving more than requested?
Yeah, so now it's actually running healthy as it should, which is good.
Sweet.
So if you look over here, 1600 RPM onwards, you can actually see there's a slight dip. But if you compare that now in comparison to what was on there previously, we was actually dropping off by, I'm talking like in the 90s, 70s, 50s, and then back up again. So we've definitely obviously rectified the problems now.
And what is it that you're on about? What's dropping up and down?
High pressure fuel pump, the actual pressure itself on that it's actually dropping off. So yeah, man, so it's good. I'm happy with the fact that it's obviously working as it should. And now I know that now this problem has been rectified on the vehicle. The car's ready to be tuned.
Sweet.
The actual car overall is really healthy. So we have bear this in mind. We haven't actually mapped this yet. This is actually what was on the vehicle as he's brought it to us. Now that we've rectified the performance issues, it's a case of mapping it nice and easy and, you know, tweaking it as you go along. Now the thing is, a lot of people, for example, won't do these checks, and what you'll find is when there's an issue, they blame the tuners. Right, now who can blame us if we've rectified the problem? Now that when we start mapping it and we realize, okay, there's an issue on our end, we can rectify it. If there's an issue on the mechanical side, we can then obviously advise further. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm happy with it, because it's actually running as it should. Mechanically, it's running as it should. It's actually quite nice. I can't wait to see this on the road, to be fair.
After you've put the certified treatment on it.
The treatment, that's right. The treatment, that's right. Okay, cool. Nice. So yep, happy with that.